Good Saturday morning. And wow, is it already Saturday morning here on Ice Age TV, the internal combustion engine age YouTube channel where I talk about my cars and motorcycles and trucks and SUVs and ups as well. Wow, it's Saturday morning. I would say right now it's probably 50s, but it's kind of a cool 50, not like that humidor. Look at that the clouds above us, and wow, just hard to believe it. This pretty up 75 and heading back home tomorrow. Just hard to believe for me that I've been down here for over a month. Wow. Time, yep. And how are we getting everything back home? Well, we're not. It's going to come back to, I've asked the kid numerous times, what two motorcycles do we take back up north? And she kind of gets irritated with, yeah, I get it. I mean, realistically, this my winter bike, that bike's fully dressed to drive in the winter months, meaning it keeps you nice and warm. But the debate is she going to want to take the Indian back or the Street Bob? What's your guess? What's your guess on what she wants? You know, what do you think she would like to take back? And so she rode this yesterday for the first time in a decent ride. And I put my faith and trust into her kind of getting up on the big roads with the winds yesterday. That was kind of a, for me, as exposed my kid to motorcycles, yeah. I never ever let their kid get on a motorcycle when they're under their roof. I get all that, but where is the trust, right? Where did you have to have trust in yourself? And boy, I tell you, my voice, haven't had coffee or nothing. My voice is crackling. But anyways, the trust factor of me believing that she can handle up on a highway on a really windy day. And my daughter is so truthful that it's like, we got to get off the highway. I don't like this. So she's never really ridden in windy weather. So the trust factor, right, that's what I was kind of thinking to myself today. I don't think I've made a theme of trust on my YouTube channel. But it's kind of so neat, these motorcycles with all the technology in them. This motorcycle gives you the capability. The Indians, all the Indian products, make it where you can start the motorcycle up without having a key with you. And when you go to the computer screen, if you don't have the key with you, it actually lets you enter a personal code. So you can have your own personal, basically, passcode of numbers. And you can override if you lose the key. And that's a great feature. The Harley has it. So all these motorcycles have that feature. If you lose your motorcycle key, you can actually still start without the key if you know the code. And that's the thing. You got to know the code. Now, I don't even know if I have this thing here. Let's see. Here's neutral. So I don't even know if this key's... Oh, it is. So the key's in it. So I can't really show you on that one. But anyways, it's a really thing. But here's what I'm trying to lead up to, what I'm talking about this morning. Since these are used motorcycles here, used. Every motorcycle here is used. I don't know the pins. The dealers never wrote down what the pin is, because once you get the master pin, you can change the pin to be your own personal pin. So the dealers should have, when they sold the bike, told us, hey, this is the pin. So now you have to do, take the bike back to the dealership, or have to plug it in to figure the pin. I told them on my Road Glide and the Street Bob to reset the pin, and I don't know if they ever did that. I gotta ask my doctor. Oh, the conversations, right? The never-ending conversations. It's Saturday, and even for me, I sincerely question myself of even doing a video today. But I figured, it's my last day here in Florida, and I figured, you know what, I'll just make a video because I like to talk. Have you noticed that? I just like to talk. I like to share my experiences, and but I thought to myself this morning, that could be really clickbait type of material for a YouTube channel. And what I could have said, I could actually make the name of this video this morning. I could say goodbye. So I could make the the message goodbye, right? When what it means is that I'm leaving Florida, but then at the same time, like Dan the Man on I Allegedly, he said, I'm. It says say goodbye or something. So I mean, I really thought when I saw that, I was like, wow, Dan on I Allegedly is saying goodbye in YouTube. I was like, wow. But no, it was actually, sadly, he'd lost his girlfriend and he was saying goodbye to her. But to me, it's the way you phrase things and say things. And I'm not here begging for anybody to come and watch my channel so that I think people think I make money off of it. I don't. so yeah, I could have the theme this morning instead of trust. I could have it goodbye. And then many people would be like, hey, the Iceman's leaving the YouTube scene, right? Water or something in my throat. Wow. Here's the weather, and I didn't get back on Thursday. It's a Thursday, excuse me. Just a little. Got to get some water in me, I guess. You get a water bottle. Anyways, it's probably not a bad idea, actually. So, anyways, I wasn't leaving Thursday, but I just felt like the weather up north wasn't going to be the greatest conditions for my daughter. You know, when you're a young driver and you're put in a situation where you're driving in rains, wow, this is just hard to believe. I just bought a ton of water. It's like all gone. Between the food that I make and buy and blah, 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 and everything else just gone. Just incredible. Where did it all go, right? Yeah. So anyways, so I just didn't trust, I just felt like it wasn't the right decision for my daughter to go back and be exposed to what could be, bad weather. And then I'm getting some support from those who are just saying, hey, man, I totally understand anybody objecting to your daughter driving that trailer back. It's just, in which I get all that. It's not really a big deal. I mean, sincerely, it's not. It's more about, for me, for my daughter to have the adventure and to build the confidence. I got to put my phone down because I can't get this water bottle open. And that's something, life. The challenges of life, right? I'll probably end up screwing something up here as I try to drink my water. But let's take it together. So it's more about, for me, just rough morning, isn't it? Wow, what's going on? I have no idea. It was more for me, my daughter have an adventure. That's what it's about. For me as a parent, my daughter is 18 years old, going on 19 this year. And I'm just trying to give her the opportunity in life to experience a lot of things under my discretion that she has the trust in herself. I mean, think that through. Do you actually trust yourself? I mean, I just think to myself, wow, trust, that word, definition, it's such a broad, meaning in so many aspects of our life. And so for me, it's a confidence building. I put my daughter in youth sports very young. I've always been a believer more than ever that sports and physical activity is such a huge thing to your success in life. And sadly, we're witnessing that this country is obese. We're witnessing that the younger generation is obese. I mean, it's just incredible. I was at a McDonald's yesterday with my daughter eating lunch, and we're right next to a high school, and you just see the people that walk in and they're buying McDonald's or eating McDonald's. So their whole lifestyle. And don't get me wrong, I'm not here by any means as an individual mocking anybody. I'm not doing that. I'm just sharing the information that, going back to my principles in life, of where my success came from, my foundation came from, was through sports and exercise. It was such an incredible discipline for me in my foundation of my life. And so the point that I'm making here is the trust factor. When I used to go and I used to do some serious powerlifting, I had to have the trust in myself that I knew I could do X amount of weight without hurting myself. When you're squatting 650 pounds, you better make sure your mind's on that mindset that you can handle 650 pounds and go down and come back up without harming yourself. We were deadlifting 980 pounds. I'm not embellishing here. I could deadlift 980 pounds. I had to have the confidence that I wouldn't do some serious harm to my body. But that was, that was over years and years of training to build up my confidence level and my trust level of who I am. So the whole point is, like my daughter, I do a lot of things, and I don't always get the blessing from everybody that's around me for what she does. But I'm trying to build the foundation of her confidence in herself, to trust herself. And that's what's such a huge challenge today more than ever, is people question themselves. And it's really bad. So how can we look at that to kind of keep the car channel going? How do we keep that theme on the car side? And I think to myself, well, wow, who hasn't had the situation where the vehicle you buy has had many issues and you won't no longer trust the vehicle? I mean, there's so many stories of people getting rid of vehicles because they no longer trusted the vehicle. Growing up, I had those type of vehicles. I mean, I could bore you with stories of my Dodge Challenger catching on fire on Route 66 as I'm going to the gym from the windshield wiper, switch inside the car as I'm taking my gym gear and putting the fire out in the dash. I'm stuck on the side of the road on a rainy day. I mean, I can tell you stories of my Challenger just won't start after you've been driven. The ballast resistor thing is an issue, or the electronic ignition issue. I mean, oh my gosh, I can just, once again, anybody who's owned cars and has been around my era, you remember the reliability of the cars wasn't so trustworthy. It was pretty bad. Today, more than ever, cars to a degree are more trustworthy to a degree because of technology. I mean, I was hearing the other day, there's 2,000 or 3,000 semiconductors, chips in your car, in today's cars. Wow. 2,000 or 3,000. Ooh, that's hard to believe. Elon Musk just made the comment on Twitter that he thinks there'll be more robots than humans one day. I'm thinking, you mean there's going to be billions? I think what he's referencing, there's going to be a lot less humans and there'll be more robots. I can't see. There's going to be 1 trillion robots? Elon. Hey, Elon. Jesus Christ, what are you doing, man? I mean, yeah. So, hey, if you're an investor in stocks, Tesla stock right now, do you trust that investment? As we witness Elon having to cut prices on his vehicles to try to stir up some people wanting to buy them. Yeah, so where's the trust factor in the stock and Elon Musk these days when people are just praising that guy and dumping every cent they could in the guy and to try to make, support him and make their money off of that stock? A lot of people did. But yeah, so in the car industry, even the motorcycle industry, I'll never forget my first road. Think about this, my parents just are so cool. When I was growing up, my parents really had trust in me, and which gave me a lot of confidence growing up. Think about this. I'm riding a motorcycle to high school in 1982. Is that right? I think it was 81. I think I got my first motorcycle in my junior year. I just have to go back. I got a 550 Maxim. I think it was a 1981 or 82 Yamaha 550 Maxim. And I'll never forget when I first got that motorcycle, and I worked in a nursery after school, and I was riding back home, and it was dark, and the motorcycle turned off as I'm going down a main road on a main highway, and a big RV's behind me just about borderline ran me over because my motorcycle stalled, and all the lights went out and everything, and I had to go over the shoulder as fast as possible. Yeah, well, the problem with the motorcycle was the battery. Whoever put the motorcycle together didn't tighten down the battery terminals. But yeah, for a moment there, did I trust that? Yeah, but going back to my parents, they had a lot of trust in me. I mean, even for me today, for my daughter to say she's going to ride her motorcycle to school, I'd be like, nah, no way. Not up where we live. I mean, the traffic, no way. It's a whole different era, a whole different time. But even for me, I'd be like, no way. So the trust factor in cars and trucks and motorcycles and boats. So how many stories you hear of people being out in the water? I mean, I had a boat years ago where it would just mysteriously stop running. You're out there in the water, and then the thing would just start bogging out, and then it would just cut out, and it wouldn't run. And like 20, 30 minutes later, it'd start back up. Was it vapor lock? I don't know. It had that. I think the 492, I'm trying to think of the motor, the gas motor, that GM motor was in that boat. It was a performance boat, but yeah, right. So, I mean, it's just, once again, anybody here that's watching my channel, I guarantee you, everybody has a story of their own of a vehicle they've owned that they lose the trust. And what creates losing the trust, right? Well, when you have an incident with your vehicle that you don't understand what's going on with it, and you're stuck on the side of the road, or you can't get to work, or you can't get home, or whatever it may be, there's your first like, huh, what's that all about? So then at first you're kind of like, well, okay, whatever. But then if it happens a second time, then you're kind of like, oh man. So third time, so there's so many stories of people that have had so many problems with their car. They're eventually like, they just, it's the demon, right? Not the Hellcat demon. Yeah. So the it's the demon in the car, right? You realize that back in 1971, I think it was, whenever the demon, basically the Plymouth Duster was made the demon. You realize the Catholic Church demanded Dodge take the name off that car? Did you know that? Pretty sure I'm factual on that. That the demon name on like the 1971 or 72, then Dodge. What did Dodge rename it? I can't even remember. I know it, but it's just too much information. So anyways, it's all about the trust factor, right? The trust is individuals, just like anybody that watches my channel, or if you're anybody that watches our YouTube channel, where's the trust factor? You see these people. I mean, for me, it's just now it's classic. So now what's going on now is these gloom and doom people are now telling you it's 2024. So the video theme to me of these gloom and doom people, it's always about tomorrow. This is what's going to play out tomorrow. But instead of it now playing out 2023, now I'm seeing videos where people saying, well, it's going to play out 2024. I mean, I just think to myself, wow. And for me, and then you're hearing stories that the foreclosures are up. I don't know. Oh, here's this. My brother's next door, meth house. The police showed up yesterday morning, and they have put a eviction notice. The guy that lives there has been evicted. So we don't even know what the heck's going on with that. Well, first of all, a woman died in that house on Christmas morning. I mean, if you think that's just going to disappear, poof, that guy's life, who's the drug dealer that had a woman die in his home, probably that overdosed on drugs that he probably had participating in getting. I mean, come on. Where is this all going? Just beyond believable. Yeah, but the whole point is, yeah, he got evicted from his house, thank goodness. But how long does that last? Who the heck knows? I mean, if you read about the trust, I mean, do you trust the law? Do you trust the sitting district attorneys in some states anymore? I wouldn't, because they're just letting the criminals run rampant. Isn't that something? Isn't it incredible? So back to the cars and the trust. If I get too far, well, I don't know. We kind of talked a little about the cars. I guess you can always talk about a lot of things. But the whole point is, for us as humans, we develop a trust, and just like I was talking about, you watch YouTube channels, you start following somebody that you feel is an honest and trustworthy person. That the information they share has value to it, and that's what I look at when I look at YouTube thing. Is it's entertainment, or it's something you learn from others' experiences. And get this, so the Daredevil, Evel Knievel's son, Robbie Knievel, he's dead. I mean, I didn't even bring up that Lisa Marie Presley, she's dead. What is going on, right? I mean, I think I know what's going on. These are the people that just, I think, smoke too much dope, I guess. I don't know. Something with Robbie Knievel, well, he probably followed his dad. Evel Knievel was an alcoholic, basically. I never even knew that. Evel Knievel, that guy was drinking bourbon or whiskey, or who the hell knows what he's drinking before he go jump do his crazy jump stunts. That's what my understanding is. Well, the guy died. Hard to believe that guy died right down here in Clearwater, Florida, like in 2007. Wow. Coffee. Oh, here it comes. Here comes the trust. Thought I heard somebody coming. No? Actually, I think it's my mom. So anyways, yeah, Robbie Knievel. So what's going on with all these celebrities and personalities? And you know what? You go on to the Twitter, conversations, and then the thought is, oh, they probably took the vaccine. They took the vaccine. They're dead because it's the vaccine. Yeah, no, they're dead because they've been pumping too many drugs in their freaking system their whole life. Yeah, but not the vaccine. It's called cocaine. Heavy drinking, the list goes on and on and on. I mean, who the heck knows? But boy, talk about the entertainers. Well, it goes on all the time. You put the well-known people pass on all the time. Morning, Mama.
Morning.
And here's my mom coming and taking pictures of me as I do my YouTube channel. And so, isn't that something? I just think to myself, Robbie Knievel Did he follow his father's footsteps in so many ways? Did he trust his dad? He watch his dad crash his motorcycles all the time? That he got so caught up in that, but he watched his dad drink himself to oblivion? Yeah, wow. Here's my mom. My mom's doing all these angle shots on me. She's kind of taking the moment away from me, but it's okay because she's about to get some pictures because she knows I'm leaving tomorrow morning. So, anyways, yeah, and so going back to the trust, when I think to myself, you hear these stories, anymore, and you hear stories that are told, I just think about the Twitter with Elon Musk. I bring it up every day just about my conversations. What is the deal with Twitter? That they're disclosing so much of not trustful people. They're digging up so much dirt on the Democrats. The Russiagate. Most people, they don't even care. They could care less about that. But does anybody remember just a relentless media machine talking about they had guaranteed evidence of a sitting president that wanted to run them out of town? And politicians just borderline, to me, my impression is they lied. But that's okay, I guess, So, but you trust these people? Right, I know. If anybody's watching my channel, be like, yeah, who trusts a politician? Yeah, I know, I agree with that. But the whole point is, with the trust factor, Elon Musk, what is he trying to create? Is he trying to create that you can trust Twitter? What is Elon's underlying message to us as individuals of him wanting to really crack open the dirty social media machine that Twitter was? Sincerely, was that his really underlying goal, is to share with people that Twitter under Jack Dorsey was truly just a corrupt social machine? And now that he's bought it, he's going to clean it up and that you can trust it more? I don't know about you, but I just don't trust the social media. The reason I don't trust it is because people want to do devious things to you. The underlying the underlying thing of so many people that sit around all day watching or commenting and making, doing things and maybe even tracking you and following you. Yeah. Do you feel trustworthy? Even for me, I didn't even want to do a YouTube channel for so many years just for the fact of just the trust side of it. It's just, do I really want people? Do I really want to share with others what I do and this and that? I'm sincere in that. For so many years, I just really never wanted to be in the public's eye per se, but I just kind of got bugged by a select few you should share your car enthusiasm. Where'd that all go? Yeah, yeah, the car enthusiasm now into personal conversations. Is that what I have? I got to get some this morning. And this is the thing. When did I think of this idea, this theme? Yeah, right. Here she comes. Here come the dogs. I was up at 2 a.m. taking the dogs out. Here comes the kid. Well, hello there. Hi there, little baby. You are on YouTube TV.
Huh?
Hi. There's Poppy with the dark glasses on. What's that all about? Huh? Good Lord. Was that Scout? That's not good. Oh my gosh. No, that'd be coffee. I kid you. I don't even know what to... Do I trust her? I don't know, man. She'll come into these stories. Oh my gosh, the trust, right? No, not pause the video. When I pause the video, my mouth moves.
Dad.
It's like,
Dad.
and that's what I said.
Dad.
I'm gonna. Here we go.
Ask me what channel the
Here we go.
documentary is on?
Yeah, the Wildcat documentary, National Geographic,
I said it
or
was on
Smithsonian.
I said it was on the. It was on the Ashley channel.
Oh my gosh, I tell you, it's just, poor guy. There you go. Yeah, last night we watched a Wildcat, and it's about this woman that
lives in Illinois and went to Illinois College.
Oh, she lives in Washington State. Oh, here we go. Oh my gosh, she's telling my dad stories.
What?
Who's gonna pick up the mess?
What mess? What happened?
Scotty's mess.
Scouty's mess.
Scotty's mess.
Oh my god. Can't even get what's going on out of these two. Would you trust these two? Yeah, right. So, yes, we watched a documentary about the wildcat, about these rare cats over in the Amazon, Peru. And it was a great documentary. And unfortunately, a British, former, I guess, Iraq and Afghanistan kid that witnessed what you wouldn't even, I don't even want to talk about it. So his life is he's totally goofed up, 18 years old, joined the British military, went to Iraq, went to Afghanistan. He witnessed the slaughter of, he's totally screwed. I mean, I feel for any military individual in this country that was exposed to stuff that yikes.
They asked who's going to pick up Scotty's mess.
Yeah, so here we go.
Next to Steve's driveway.
Wow. Yikes.
I'll do it when I'm done eating and don't have an appetite.
There you go. It's the truth. Yeah, I was up at 2:30 in the morning with that challenge. Yeah, do you trust your dogs to keep them in all night long when they're breathing heavy at 2 in the morning and moaning? What do? You jump out of bed like I did and get them outside. Thank goodness. I didn't find that issue. There goes my riled up. I'm all riled up. Yeah, so the trust. What the heck? This channel just did. This conversation where it's just all over the place, right? What the heck? Yeah, I know. Hey, some days you kind of hit it, and some days you don't. But here's the thing. The reason the trust popped in my head was I think to myself, more than ever in our society, do we trust one another? I mean, more than ever with all the technology we have. Oh, my kid, this is crazy. I can't even show what she's doing. So anyways, yeah, the trust. So more than ever in today's society, do you trust, I mean, my brother, he wants nothing to do with this stuff per se. He doesn't trust anything. I mean, electronic banking, no way. I know so many people that do not trust anything to do with these electronic devices that are transferring information. So, I mean, to me, but it's like, oh my gosh, there's so much information being dug up on you that you don't even know. I mean, if you have a cell phone, you're already being spied on. Sincerely, if you don't think that everything on your cell phone is being looked at, here we go. Here we go.
When the growth in the neighborhood, I saw Scout panting and clawing, and he was trying to jump out of the window. So I told Popcorn to pull over, and we let him out, and he didn't do anything. So we pulled over.
And then what happened when you got back in the car?
Nothing.
Well, your pants were wet.
From coffee.
Yeah, there it is. Well, at least you told me the truth, right? Trust. Yeah, so I think of myself more than ever in today's society. You were exposed. I mean, I'm exposed, being I make a YouTube channel. If you go into any type of social platforms, you're exposed. And, and I think all of us probably have the same thought. Can you really trust what is going on, right? I mean, sadly, people that have devious things in their life to live a devious life, they're going to try to, steal your information, steal your credit card, to steal your identity. I mean, wow, it's huge. I've had my my debit card stolen twice now, just this past year. But I get the alerts. I have all the alert stuff. Anybody's trying to, apply for credit, good luck. Yeah. Good luck. Yeah. Go try to buy something under my name. Yeah, good luck. I mean, at that motorcycle dealer that I bought that red bobber from, a guy apparently had stolen a guy's identity and had shown up at that dealership. This is a while back, wasn't yesterday, but he was telling me a story about this guy showed up in this, like a brand new truck, and he applied to get a new bike, and he got a new bike, and after he got the new bike, he said, you know what, maybe I want a second bike. And they're like, and he looked at the guys and said, well, do you think I could maybe get our second bike? And these guys are looking at this guy's credit score, like an 800 plus credit score. They're thinking, this guy's questioning if he can get a second bike with the income he's telling he's making and all his profiles and everything. And, that opened the door for them to bust him, that he had just stolen some guy's identity. I'm amazed. I'm amazed that so many people don't have the Equifax or Experian or TransUnion credit bureau monitoring of any time anybody pulls your credit, you get an alert. I'm blown away. I have all the credit bureau agencies, and I even have the capability to lock everything down where you can't pull my credit, where you have to literally call me personally to pull my credit. I mean, it cracks me up. So many people are paranoid about all the, their hacking of their information. And then I say, well, do you have a credit bureau thing where for any, information, public records, everything can be alerted to you? And they're like, no, I don't have that. I'm like, you probably already have a second identity. You probably have somebody using your identity. You're clueless. And the only way you'll find out one day is when you do go apply for credit for something and they tell you your credit sucks. Yeah, this stuff goes on all the time. Oh, here, Joe Biden, that he has documents. Isn't this something when Donald Trump had documents? The FBI raided his house. I mean, I'm not supporting Donald Trump. I'm just saying, it didn't mean how it just twists everything. Now Joe Biden has documents in like 5 years, but who cares? And he said they just sit in his Corvette in his garage, but his garage is locked. So big deal. What's the big deal? Peter Doocy goes, shut the hell up and sit down at the next White House, press scene. Anybody see that when Joe Biden said that Peter Doocy's a dumbass? That guy kicked under the table, when Donald Trump would say to some, journalist, you're a dumbass. Oh, the foaming at the mouth began, right? Oh my gosh. How the media... do you trust the media? I mean, sincerely. Do you trust the media? I mean, sincerely. Does anybody really trust the media? I mean, how can anybody just sit around all day and watch these media outlets? How do you do it? The worst, man. It's called brainwashing to the max. And it brainwashes people radical ways that, believe they will go sacrifice themselves for Joe Biden. I mean, or sacrifice yourself for Donald Trump. I mean, think about this. The trust factor. Think about all the people. There's 900 people that had the trust in Donald Trump to listen to him say the election was stolen every day of his life after the election was they said that Joe Biden won. And Donald Trump, pounded the fist beyond believable every day of his life of, complaining that the stolen election. Well, he convinced enough people to go downtown to go do the Capitol breach. That's how much trust these people have. I wonder how much trust those 900 people have today of Donald Trump that hasn't done anything to get them out of jail or their horrible circumstances. My understanding is Donald Trump will tell you straight up, I didn't tell those people to go in there. Yeah, I know that. Right, but he sure implied they should probably do something, right? I mean, I don't know. It gets too deep and too political. The whole point is the trust factor, right? So many people had trust and believing that what he was saying is factual, blah, blah, blah. I've said it many times. If Trump just wouldn't have said a damn thing, if he just wouldn't have said a damn, if Trump probably wouldn't have said a damn thing most of the time in his presidency, he may have been reelected. But the guy just irks so many people that people just want to get rid of the guy. They just peed people off, right? I mean, but doesn't other people do that too? I get all that, but the media machine he just played to the media machine. I don't think that's what befuddles you about Donald Trump. Comes across as kind of a pretty, smart guy, but at the same time, the guy played to the media machine to the max. And at the end, he basically shot himself in the foot. Yeah, now Kellyanne Conway saying don't write off Donald Trump for running for presidency. I can't see it. I think more people will show up to make sure that guy doesn't get elected again than people will be able to show up to vote for him. I think that's a huge. I just think with Kevin McCarthy, he's already Republican Party. Are they confused? Do you trust the Republican Party anymore? I mean, sincerely, do you? I mean, do you trust either party anymore? Right. All right. Getting too deep. I'm going to go with that. The trust factor. So I just thought I'd make a Saturday morning video and just share with my idea of, do we trust one another, right? The trust factor. And we all know all it takes is one thing to go from you trusting me or me trusting you to you don't trust me anymore. And for me, not going to get into deep conversations, but sadly for me, I've been part of something that now a bunch of people don't trust me, which is beyond believable. Well, I'm the guy that showed everybody that there's been a huge thing that's going on that you don't know about, but now you know, but now I'm the problem. Wow. I'm not the trustworthy one. Wow. Beyond believable. Yeah, I'm not going to get into any details on it, but I can just tell you the internet thing, it can get pretty nasty and dirty and bad, and And it's just really sad, really. It's all it takes, even relationships. All it takes you being a married man, married woman, is just one incident can turn that trust in that relationship to go south beyond south. And guess what? You two are shaking hands and having your little blowout matches of the no longer trust each other. Anybody know these conversations? It's all over the place. Anyways, everybody, hey, thanks for trusting me to watch my channel. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Anyways, everybody, stay tuned for, well, tomorrow we're leaving tomorrow morning. Do I do a video on that? I'm debating, do I use the F-150 race truck to haul the motorcycle trailer back if I get a little better fuel economy so I don't have to stop every freaking 120 miles. It's the worst. So tomorrow, I will have to stop 8 times at least to get back home because of that Raptor is going to get like 8 miles per gallon, and it has a measly 20-gallon tank. So once you hit that 120 to 140 mile range, you've got to be looking for a gas station. I've come down to just about running out of gas in that thing. So part of me says use the F-150 truck, and I drive that, and the kid drives a Bronco, and if that damn thing can get like 12 miles a gallon, maybe I stop at the gas station 5 times instead of 8 times. I don't know. But my concern is that truck sits so low, it's going to squat that thing with the way that trailer. I don't know. Just part of me says it's going to be rubbing on the ground. All right. Do I trust the F-150 race truck to pull back the the motorcycle trailer? Follow me along. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Stay tuned.